I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Toni G. Campbell podcast.
Hello and welcome to Conversations with Toni on Toni G. Campbell, the podcast. This is the show where my Gen X warriors, where we talk about all of our challenges and victories in life. On this episode, we will discuss the joys of being a celebrity stylist. Now tell me, do you have a gift that you need to capitalize on? Have you heard that saying that if you do something that you love, it won't feel like work? Well, on today's show, my co-host and I will dive deep into a conversation. We will dive deep into a conversation about the joys of being a celebrity hairstylist and how she gives back in a big way. Right after a word from our sponsor, I will be back with my co-host for today, Monica Milligan, a wife, a mother, a stylist to the stars. Stay tuned.
1, 2, 1, 2, and I say this is Ty Controller, and I'm here to talk about Dip Square. Dip Square is an online shop that specializes in unique graphic t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, and other apparel. They also offer services like personalized mugs and shoes. Did I just say shoes? Yeah, you can get sneakers with your picture on them at Dip Square. They also have tote bags and other items. Right now, you can save on t-shirts every day by using the discount code I Love Tees. That's I Love TEEZ. You get 14% off because every day is Valentine's Day at Dip Square. So check them out online at dipsquare.com. Dipsquare.com. I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Toni G. Campbell podcast.
Welcome back. Now, today we are talking about the joys of being a celebrity hairstylist and how she gives back in a big way. With my co-host today, Monica Milligan, a wife, mother, and stylist to the stars. Hey, Monica.
Hello, how are you today?
I am well. Okay, girl, you know we had some issues trying to get up on this podcast today.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But we conquered them.
Yes, we did. Jesus.
Yes.
Thank goodness for the husbands, right?
Here we go. Yep. I am not too tech savvy. So definitely I'm glad that I have someone help me out along the way.
Well, hey, we are glad that your gifting is in hairstyling, okay? So
Yes.
When did you discover that you wanted to be a hairstylist?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. And I always love to share this story. So I discovered it early on in my life. Like I probably had to be around maybe 7 or 8 years old. So
Wow.
yes, and I'm going to tell you the story. So long story, I'm going to make a short story out of it.
Okay.
There were magazines that we used to get called Ebony. Everybody knows Ebony and Jet magazine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they put these advertisements in there for people like they would like kind of like wigs or something like that. I think that I didn't realize at that time that they were like hair pieces that people would put on. So my older sister had a curling iron, and I had this cousin of mine that used to just drive me crazy. He was a younger cousin, and I looked in the magazine and I said, I'm going to do my hair just like that the girl in the magazine. So he says, no, it was just an advertisement. He said, no, I bet you can't do it. I bet you can't do it. I can't do it. And I said, I'm going to do it. And I sat in that mirror with my sister's curling iron, which I probably shouldn't have been using at 7 or 8 years old at that time.
Probably not.
Probably not, right? I was determined. I sat in the mirror and with my little cousin harassing me, saying, no, I couldn't do it. It drove me to say, I'm going to do it. And I did my best version of it. I can't tell you how it came out, but I do remember saying that was probably my push to the beauty industry. Yep. That early on.
Wow. So that was you got your career from like a dare.
Yeah, from a dare. That's right. That was it. Probably from a dare, just a push on it. I probably always had a love for it. I know I used to have my dolls when I was a little girl, and I would, always do their hair and stuff. But then when I started kind of like trying to experiment on myself, and then after a while, I remember us going south. I have family in Alabama, and my younger sister, who was 4 years younger than me, I would actually braid her hair as we were going down south for something to do, but it would be like these intricate, like cornrow hairstyles, and I couldn't have been any more than 10 years old at that time. So,
Okay.
yep. So I started probably earlier on, and I just always loved what I do. Yep.
Girl, the
Yep.
furthest I ever went was when I had the, Barbie head with the shoulders. And
Oh, yes.
I think we all had that growing up, the Barbie head. And that was our way of experimenting, especially with scissors. So we wouldn't
Yep.
do it on our own hair.
Exactly. There you go. I used to do it all. And it's so funny because anytime I have a little girl that came into my life growing up, I would buy them a Barbie head. Like, you got to have this. You got to have it. So I would always try to see if I could make everybody a hairdresser.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are some talented people out here who really need to do it. They just don't know, or maybe they don't even have the encouragement in their lives for them to head that way. So did you have people encouraging you growing up to go ahead and seek your dream?
Yes, as a matter of fact, so I did. Obviously, like probably most of us did work in like corporate for a while, but I would still have my like kind of like side clients where I would kind of like, I do hair as well, and then they would trust me enough to say, okay, I see what you do, and I could probably, sure, you can do my hair, and I would just charge them a little something, but it was like kind of like always on the side, and what pushed me, what really got my career going. I was working in a corporate setting, and the company folded more or less. So they closed.
Oh.
Yeah. And at that time I said, they said, okay, you know what? We're having an incentive. If you decide to go to school, your unemployment will still keep going and you can go ahead. So I said, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity for me to be able to still have, some kind of income coming in, but at the same time, I can go to school and better myself and do the career that I always loved. And that was, many years ago. That was 28 years ago to be exact. I tell everybody I started when I was 2, so I'm only 30 years. That is always my running joke because I'm not telling my age. But anyway,
It's okay though.
it's
It's
okay.
okay
It's
because
okay.
you are a fantastic stylist. So it don't matter what age you are, girl. Your
Yes,
creativity still comes out in the head.
absolutely. It sure does. And every day, all the time, we kind of keep getting more and more and more, creative, and just things are always, changing and being innovative. And it's really, really a great career. And I think it's always ever evolving. And that's why I love it, because it does not stay the same. We're not doing the same exact thing day in and day out. Everything is different.
And that
Every client.
is probably so amazing because, yeah, I know I'm one of those people who some days I really need structure. I need to know what I'm doing. But then it's like, no, it gets boring if you have the same thing every day. So you go to work and you're like, let me just create something fabulous. And you get to do it.
You get to do it. In those days, like I said, you're going to do something a little different every day. Like I have this sweet a little older lady that I do her hair. And every time she comes, she kind of gets kind of like the same thing, but she knows I'm going to change it up just a little bit. She looks forward to it. She says, oh, I don't want to look at my hair until I go home. So she goes home at the hair, like, because I always do like something like pin it up for her, and she loves, loves, loves it. So again, different things each and every time. So I never ever get bored in my field. Yep.
So I'm going to ask you, because I know this happens to everybody. When you first started out, how many friends was trying to get the hook up?
I'm glad that you said that so they can hear it from my mouth, though. Some of them still try it. Now, the thing about it is that I always, a lot of times that you have those clients where you always say, all right, I'll take a few dollars off here and a few dollars off there. But yeah, it was that you have to kind of draw the line, because think about it. I'm not going to come to your job and say, can you give me this for free? Or
Exactly.
so you have to know how to draw the line. I still think in some ways, I still kind of like, sometimes every now and again, especially if it's a really, really close family member or something like that, I may shave a few dollars off the top, but it's really, I've gotten to the point in my career now where I'm like, you know what, I can't even do it anymore. I've been doing it for many years, and this is my job. This is my career. This is how I feed my family. So all of those
Exactly.
things, and I don't ever look for it in anyone else. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of like a little like kind of rude to expect that from someone, especially when they're giving you their all for the most part. I take very
Yes.
each and every person that sits in my chair, they know I'm not going to rush you. I'm not going to say, I have a next one coming in. Like, when I'm with you, I'm taking my time with you. I mean, not to go slow or anything, because I actually work pretty efficiently. But at the same time, I don't ever want anyone to feel that their time with me was pushed aside, or that they were rushed, or in any kind of way, shape, or form. So with that being said, being that I give them my all, they should respect my prices and respect just everything that I have to offer them, and especially the quality hair care that I offer. There's not a lot of stylists out here that do that as well. They're gonna,
Yes. And they
yeah,
can't go to another stylist and be like, can you take something off? No. If you want
right.
to support me, just pay me what you owe me.
There
That's all
you
I'm saying. Pay me what you owe me.
right, because when you get to the window, the drive-through window at McDonald's, and they tell you owe them $8, you're not gonna say, "Oh, can you take that piece of cheese off and charge me less?" No, maybe a little bit less lettuce. No, it's going to be the same
It's
price,
going to
and
be
that's what you're gonna
$8.
pay. There we go. It's gonna be $8, and that's that.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know how friends can be, girl.
Yes,
Even in family too,
yes.
child.
Family could be the worst, one of the worst. Yeah. So, but everybody, they know what I do. I do a lot of things. I don't, not only a hairstylist, but I also am an educator with a major hair company, where I go out and teach other hairstylists how to, use different relaxer systems that we use, and our keratin systems and our color system. So I
Hmm.
actually do that for other hairstylists. So they know. With that being said, I always say, call myself the educated stylist, because I keep going, you know what I mean? Not to sound condescending in any way, or, bragging rights or nothing like that. But it's just one of those things that I've done in my life, where I constantly go for more and more education. I think once we stop learning, I don't think there's nothing left to life once you stop learning. So I'm
Oh
always in the
yeah.
position to keep learning, and not only learning, but sharing with people what I've learned. I love teaching and showing what we do. Yeah.
Yes, and that's important. So that definitely should tell people, you're a busy woman. They need to value your time, and your time is money. And now
Yes.
you don't only style hair and you're an educator and trainer, you also do makeup, right?
I am a makeup artist. Absolutely. I have been trained under some of the best in the industry as well. Yep. I've taken extensive training with a woman. Her name is Ashunta Sharif. She was the lead makeup artist for um, Empire, for the Empire show, and she's been in the industry for many, many years. So I've taken a extensive course with her, and I mean, just picking her brain with everything. I mean, she's done everybody in the industry, and I'm talking about from all the way up there. She, like I said, Taraji Henson is like, that's her go-to. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so so I've trained under her. I constantly go to a lot of different shows. There's a makeup show in New York, and then we have IMATs in New York, and I've actually had the pleasure of taking some really nice courses with a lot of different makeup artists as well. So another guy in the game, his name is AJ Crimson. A lot of people may know him. He does Latoya Luckett and this one and that one. He's really, really an amazing artist as well. He has great products as well. well. And so with that being said, I'm thankful to have been able to, train under some of the greats in the industry. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So with your connection with them, is that how you got your first celebrity client?
Well, actually, not with them particularly. I have a friend of mine who is a celebrity stylist, a big time celebrity stylist. So years and years ago, I worked with her on some different things, and so with that, and then also with the hair company that I work for, the company that I work for, we're the official sponsors for the Miss Universe pageants. So I've done Miss Universe client contestants and winners and stuff like that. So I don't really know who was the first one, but I would probably say my girlfriend, who was a celebrity hairstylist, but that was probably the first time that I've worked in a real professional setting. And I'm thinking I'm going back like at least 20 years ago now. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than that. Yep. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Monica will give some advice to the newbies on who's trying to get into the hair game about how to get started. We'll be right back.
1 2 1 2, and I say this is Ty Controller, and I'm here to talk about Dip Square. Dip Square is an online shop that specializes in unique graphic t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, and other apparel. They also offer services like personalized mugs and shoes. Did I just say shoes? Yeah, you can get sneakers with your picture on them at Dip Square. They also have tote bags and other items. Right now, you can save on t-shirts every day by using the discount code I Love Tees. That's I Love TEEZ. You get 14% off because every day is Valentine's Day at Dip Square. So check them out online at dipsquare.com. Dipsquare.com. I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Toni G. Campbell podcast.
Thank you for tuning in. Now, we will continue the conversation about the joys of being a celebrity stylist with my co-host for today, Monica Milligan, who is a wife, mother, and a stylist to the stars. Now, before the break, or at the break, really, I posed the question to Monica about sharing advice on how to get a newbie started who wants to break into the styling, how to style celebrities, hairstyle and makeup artists.
Okay, so that's a great question, and thank you so much for that question. What I would say, especially where you're located. Of course, if you're located in a big city, something like that, you definitely have different opportunities that can present itself to you. Networking, big, 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 big. I am an avid. I can't even remember the word I was going to say. But anyway, I always tell people that they should look into meetups. There is a meetup in usually everyone's area. And with that being said, you want to network with fellow, hairstylists, makeup artists, that kind of thing. I want to say when I joined, there's a meetup. So I'm based in New York, and now I'm in the area of Connecticut. But in New York, there's a big, huge, and I'm going back some years now. So the makeup artist community was a little smaller, but when I joined a meetup, and you can go online, meetup.com, and really join with a group like that, I got to know so many people, like so many and everybody doing this and doing that. And you just never knew. No, in some of these relationships that I've actually developed over the years, I've still, we follow each other, we support each other in everything that we're doing. I'm so excited. A friend of mine, she was just featured on Oprah's People to Watch, more or less, in Oprah magazine. She travels a lot, but she travels the world doing beauty. So her thing is called Around the World Beauty or something like that, but she's on Instagram. So she was featured in Oprah magazine. So I'm like, oh my God, I know her. She's my friend. We've hung out, so the thing about And we all know that Oprah's big. So, whenever you do that, I don't get too bent out of shape. I know a lot of celebrities. I've grown up in a place called Mount Vernon, New York, and I actually went to school with a ton of different celebrities. So I don't get bent out of shape about that, but Oprah's another story. Okay. So with
I
that
know.
being
See, I tell people I'm not one to get starstruck, but because you would have to be like Auntie Oprah or Auntie Whoopi or Auntie Michelle, in order for me to get all crazy
right.
about who you are.
Exactly, because we're all amazing. We're all amazing in our own right. And that's exactly how I feel. But these are the kind of people that I met along the way with going to meetups. So I would say networking for sure. Get with the right people. Especially nowadays, we know social media is huge. It's almost like everybody's like been there, but done that. Everybody and their mama got a YouTube channel. I'm not knocking it. But of course, if you can get yourself out there and if you're amazing, like, why not? I feel like, you may be that fish in a pond that will, go ahead and really get some people, looking at you and different things. So definitely, of course, we know to seek out a really good, reputable beauty school for the most part. A lot of times what they say, the makeup schools, I had a friend of mine, that had her daughter. She's like, I'm her mentor. She's my little protege. So I've kind of took her under my wing. And I was telling her, I said, you really just need to get yourself in a makeup counter, learn everything, go work at a Sephora, even if you work at an Estee Lauder counter, like not even Estee, but one of the other where makeup counters where you can learn skin tones and skin textures and skin types and oily skin and dry, like for
So
all as
like
far
that
as
Mac counter.
yeah, and I work for Mac too. I've actually worked for Mac for 13 years now, actually. Actually, I'm going on my 14th year. And this coming up to October, I will be working with Mac for 14 years. I'm a freelance with them. So I'm on their freelance team. And with all the crazy stuff that I do, my busy life, whenever I'm available to work with them, they call me, and if I'm available to do it, then I'll go in and kind of like, per diem more or less. And I keep my connection with them because, again, ever changing. Everything is always evolving. We started off with like, the glossy lip, and now they went to the matte lip, and now they're back to the glossy lip. So all of these things, you got to just stay up on everything and stay on trend. So I would just say, just continue to learn as much as you can, do a lot of networking, go on that meetup.com, find you a nice reputable beauty school, and just get yourself out there. That's all. Continue to keep learning and keep learning. And I always want another thing, when they do get in the industry, don't stop learning. I hate to see stylists that just will sit around and don't take any shows, don't go to any don't take any classes, like nothing, like just using the same old products that they used years ago, Revlon, relaxes, just crazy stuff. Like, we got to stay on trend. We got to really stay current in this industry because it's ever changing, ever evolving.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about how you give back, because you were recently recognized for your work in creating wigs for cancer survivors. Tell us a little bit about what you do for that.
Okay, that is something that is so near and dear to my heart. So I have been a volunteer with a program through the American Cancer Society called Look Good, Feel Better. So this program, I started volunteering again. I've been volunteering for 11 years now, and I recently was the recipient of the 2018 Award of the Year for the Volunteer of the Year for the entire state of Connecticut. And I am
Wow.
so excited about that. Yes, it's a great program. So what we do is we do makeovers. So basically there's Association, alongside with the American Cancer Society. Now, just recently, they have separated. It's now just the cosmetic industry, more or less. The PBA is what is called Personal Beauty Association, and they were partnering with the American Cancer Society. Now they've actually separated, but American Cancer Society is still doing, and I still work with them, doing it on their own. So I go directly to the American Cancer Society now to do the makeovers and the wig fittings. So that's exactly what we do. Before they were donating all of these products, like, I mean, and you got like over $300 worth of products in a cute little bag. And we went through like a 12-step program where we would show them how to, clean, do their face and, draw back on eyebrows. So that's something you lose eyebrows when you're going, you lose, lashes, when you're actively going through chemotherapy. And to be honest with you, just to see the transfer, I would have ladies come into the room and just look so shallow and very, kind of like down, because cancer's real. It's something that is not, a very, very scary disease to a lot of women, and it takes a lot of our beauty away. And the thing about it is that when I would do these programs and we would just kind of look around the room, and as I'm doing these steps, they're getting more and more vibrant. They're getting more and more vibrant. Now their eyebrows are back on.
Aww.
Now they have an eyeshadow. Their skin is even tone now. It's not so shallow. It's, and then you put on a pop of lipstick. And I always tell everybody my blush was my favorite part, because I just like put color back into the skin, so it was just really an amazing thing to be a part of. And I did not even realize that I had volunteered at that time for 11 years. I'm like, wow, that went by super fast. But, it's something, and there has been times when I was ready to give up. The patient coordinator, she's always like, she was one that pushed me, because there was times when I would go to different like hospitals, and we would do it at hospitals, and there would be no parking. And I'm like, okay, I'm going home. I'm volunteering. I'm not going to do this. This is crazy. Why don't I have parking? And she would say, just kind of like talk me off the ledge. And I would say, you know what? And then when I would get there, these women would be sitting there. And then, just to say that you made somebody's day, I have. It was amazing. I had one lady, she was going frantic to find a wig. She went to one location, they didn't have it, so she came to ours, and I found her the perfect wig that she wanted, and we put it on, we kind of styled it for her, and she said, I was going to a parent conference night at my kid's school, and they said, please don't come and embarrass me. When she said that, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. These are the stories that I get. And if that's what God has me here on this earth for, just to give back in that aspect, I am more than happy, and I'm thankful and grateful to be able to help in that way.
And that is so amazing, because yes, I'm pretty sure every transformation you do, it just changes a person's life so much, and people don't understand, you like, oh, this is just my job, this is what I love to do, but you are making such a difference in these women's lives that oh my gosh, I mean, I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, that is so amazing. And I'm like, I have not even been there, because like you said, cancer changes your life so much. And sometimes you need that turnaround to where a person can sow into your life and just bring joy back into your life, where cancer killed that joy.
Absolutely.
And that is so amazing, the work that you do.
Thank you so much, Toni. And it also, like you said, makes you feel that there is hope. The program was called Look Good. When you look good, you feel better. Nobody, even when we have our down days and we just run into the store and I'm like, oh God, I need to put some mascara on. I need to put some little lipstick on. But those are the things that kind of perk you back up, and it makes you feel good about yourself. So if you're feeling bad internally, and I'm not saying like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, we all know that, but at the same time, an outward appearance definitely is what the world sees. They don't see the beauty inside. And once you see that, I think, people say, hey, she doesn't look sick. You know what I mean? But if you walk around looking sick with your eyes shallow and dark circles and stuff, then that can, that's kind of like a telltale sign. Sometimes you want to keep these things to yourself. And not only that, sometimes you want to look in the mirror and say, wow, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. So I'm just thankful to be able to, and I don't even, when I'm doing it, I'm in it. I don't even look like, I don't think about all the women that I've, helped over the years. But I guess when I do look back, I know it's an amazing thing. And I know God has ordained it all in my life for me to be able to help. And I do it with definitely with pleasure, with pride and pleasure.
Oh, that is so amazing.
Thank
Okay. Now we're going to continue to celebrate you, girl, because you recently opened your shop.
Yes, I
Tell
forgot
the
about.
people where they can find you.
Okay, so my salon, it is a hair and makeup studio. So it is called Diva Designs by Monica Hair and Makeup Studio. And we are located at 1800 Barnum Avenue in Stratford, Connecticut, Fairfield County. So that's where we are. I recently located my salon from New York. I was in New York for many, many years. And I recently expanded more or less and we moved our salon to the Connecticut location, and it is doing awesome. We have a very, very nice multicultural clientele. It's very diverse. Any and everybody can come in. We do everything. Our stylists, we say we just do hair. We do everything. So in every hair and texture and creed, like I don't ever want hair to be defined by an ethnicity, more or less. It's just, if you know how to do a hair, you know how to do that texture, then you can perfect it. It doesn't matter. I want that African people, Asian people, Indian people. I do have some Indian clientele, which is great. It's not even that. It's not even about the color. It is about that hair texture. And as long as I know what to do for that hair texture, then we can service everyone.
And see, that comes from the education that you talk about. You have to continuously educate yourself
Yeah.
on all the different textures of hair. You don't have to put yourself in a box and say, "Oh, I'm just doing, black people hair," or "I only know how to do white people hair." But like, no, that's how you
Yeah.
build your business bigger and bigger, because you can take anybody.
Anybody. You should not be limited by that. Now, again, if that's what you decide to specialize in, that's fine. But like you said, it's putting yourself in a box. I always tell people hair is a texture, not a color. And that's basically it. Once you know how to master every texture there is, then you're going to be fine and you can do it. Yep. So don't be afraid. Yep. That's right.
So now
Yeah.
we're doing hair, we're doing eyebrows and makeup,
I,
and what else we doing?
doing hair. Okay, so hair, makeup. We do, of course, education. I teach that. We do makeovers for cancer patients. What else do we do? Oh, we do. I've done a lot of, TV. I just recently completed a nice video, a wonderful hip hop video. You need to check her out as well. Her name is Queen Heroine. We just did completed her video. We did the launch last Saturday, and the shoot was amazing. So I did hair and makeup for her. She is a part of a group called the Juggernauts, and I did her video last week. And the week before that, I've been working with a company. There's a group called, a TV show, Impractical Jokers. So they had a little short film that I was going to work with on them, but I done some filming with them. They do all the jokesters and stuff. So film, TV, print, just everything. We do it all. We do it all. So that's I say that's basically it. But everybody says you're always doing something,
I
and
was
I have
about to say, girl, who is your personal assistant? Because I know you have to have one
you know what?
to
No,
keep up with your life.
I know, and I really need to hire one. And I'm telling you, I'm going to send this out to my people, and they're going to hear, and they're going to say, "Hey, you got a job for me? I'm going to have to hire somebody soon." Yeah, but
So
for the
let's
most
talk
part of
about
it,
your work-life balance, because you're not
uh-huh.
just a stylist to the stars and everything. You are a wife and mom. I mean, you do it all. You are what I call a superwoman, because that's what we are as women.
Yes,
We are super women.
yes, we are. We do so much. So yeah, I try to balance the family life as much as I can. They know they come first. My children, again, I thank God for being a business owner, so I can kind of, create what I need to do, like more or less. I try to, that is first and foremost. Everybody knows that there have been times when you miss that baseball game because you're working, or you miss, having to go to dance, not recitals, but the practice because of whatever. But over the years, I've tried to balance it. Thank God that my husband and I are able to kind of bounce off of each other. If I'm not available, then he usually is. And we definitely try to make it work for the best part. I'm thankful that my kids are getting a little older now, but they still need you no matter what. Still gonna need you, and I want to be there as mommy. I want to be able to, okay, I'm gonna pick you up from school or whatever, in between. And I love that effect of what I do. I'm able to kind of get out sometimes. There are times when I'm stuck there and I'm like, okay, we got to figure this out. But for the most part, I try to work it out that I can be available to, to be there for them as much as possible.
And now we also have to talk about self-care for our super moms. And, we have to make sure. So are you getting your self-care in? You take care of yourself.
I'm going to be honest with you. I try every now and again. I found this great foot massage place up by me, and I'm telling you, it is amazing. Prices are really great. And I try to go there every now and again. But it's so crazy because I'm always going. A lot of times when I do have a day off, or when I want to get some rest and I don't want to do nothing, I just want to lay in the bed, I start to feel guilty. And I don't know why that is. That just
I don't know either. Let that go, girl. Let go of the guilt and you get your rest.
I know. I'm always feeling like, am I being lazy today? Am I being, and I know that I'm not, because all the millions of things sometimes I get myself tired about all the different things that I have to do or that I do and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's just me. I'm in constant go mode. I have to learn how to take care of myself a lot better and just take time for me. I really do.
Even if you start with just 4 hours on well, I'm pretty sure Saturday's a big day for you. Like, do a Wednesday morning. Be like, you know what?
Sunday mornings usually work good for me.
Yeah, but I'm going to just lay in the bed for 3 extra hours and just do nothing. That. Just give yourself that.
That sounds so good and inviting. I'm have to take myself up on that offer.
Yes, you have to. You got to tell someone so they can hold you accountable. Like, you can call it your Sabbath time. And that, because even Jesus, even God took the 7th day off. He took time to rest. Yeah. So you have to take time to rest, so we can be around for the long haul for our babies and our hubbies and your clients. Because, girl, they need you. They need you to look beautiful.
Oh, that's right. And I need them as well. I tell all of them, I said, we're in a relationship. That's how I love my clients. A lot of times we're like, this is a relationship. Sometimes I'm the therapist. Sometimes I say, sometimes with all the stuff going on in my life, you the therapist. So we kind of feed off of each other. It's crazy. We kind of feed off of each other. So it's definitely a blessing, but we do need that time for ourselves just to regroup, rejuvenate. And that way we can do better for everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Monica, this has been an awesome conversation. I was about to say interview. It wasn't an interview. This is a conversation. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today. You have been amazing. And everyone, if you are in the Connecticut area, go by Diva Designs by Monica, right?
Yeah, we're on Google.
I got it right.
Yeah, you got it right off the back. I love it. Yes, I've had
go find her.
Yes, please come and find us. Yeah.
If you need to be educated about doing hair, go book her to give you a class or something, because we don't need you around here messing up hair people.
That's right. And we do makeup classes as well. So I hold makeup classes probably about twice a year for the average woman that doesn't know how to do makeup. So they can come on.
Come to that, because I really don't know how to put on makeup.
I have one that's coming up in September, October. So, I'll be sending out invitations for that as well. Yep.
Okay. We might have to get one of the. Now September, I'm going on a cruise, but we might have to work it out because, I don't even wear makeup because I don't know how to put it on. And child, I used to sell Mary Kay, and I still don't know how to put on no makeup.
A lot of people say that. So listen, whenever I'm down your way, we'll have a one-on-one lesson. How about that?
That would be awesome. All right. I have to take my last commercial break, and I'll be right back to wrap it up.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2. And I say this is Ty Controller, and I'm here to talk about Dip Square. Dip Square is an online shop that specializes in unique graphic t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, and other apparel. They also offer services like personalized mugs and shoes. Did I just say shoes? Yeah, you can get sneakers with your picture on them at Dip Square. They also have tote bags and other items. Right now, you can save on t-shirts every day by using the discount code I Love Tees. That's I Love TEEZ. You get 14% off because every day is Valentine's Day at Dip Square. So check them out online at dipsquare.com. Dipsquare.com. I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Toni G. Campbell podcast.
Hey everybody, it is time to wrap it up. Now, I would like to say thank you so much for taking time to listen to Conversations with Toni on Toni G. Campbell, the podcast. Go to Toni G. Campbell to check out our archive shows where you also will find the show notes for this episode. Follow and subscribe to Toni G. Campbell, the podcast, on all of the social medias, Facebook, Insta, and the Twitter. Share with your friends and let them know that where they can listen to Toni G. Campbell, the podcast, on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and iHeartRadio. Make sure that you go to my website, Toni G. Campbell, that's Toni with an I, the letter G, Campbell with a P, and become a Gen X warrior. There are great benefits to becoming a Gen X warrior. You may be one of my co-hosts one day. Make sure you rate and review my podcast everywhere you listen. And remember to be kind, be useful, and be fearless. Y'all go out and have a great week.